What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and I just got through watching Scandal, Season 3, Episode, what is this, 14, 15, I don't know. Just to let y'all know, but then, like I said, I always say thank you to my YouTube fam, my old new subscribers. If you're not a subscriber yet, click that subscription button and like and share. 1, 2, 3, all the above. Anyway, y'all, I like to say, um, no offense, but even though Scandal has got all this stuff going on, too much damn stuff going on, I think for now on, after this season's over with, this may be one of the shows, just like Stars of Sunset, that I may, or maybe Braxton's come back. This is one of the shows, honestly, I may not review anymore. It is too much to keep up with, y'all. I'm up here taking notes like I'm studying for a test or something. And, and I think it's so much more crammed up. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like it's more crammed up because Liz, we gotta see up here, down there, up here, especially since she's pregnant. So it seems personally to me more crammed up than usual. I don't know about y'all, but it seems a little more crammed up. And then they got nerves that have flashbacks, and they got too much stuff more going out more because they gotta squeeze in and rejects, reject because they had to reduce some of the episodes to hide Olivia's pregnancy, and she all full in the face in here. You could tell that she's inspecting, and like I said, it's too much, y'all. I mean, I love this show, but I think this is one of those shows. Like I said, just like Sunset and the Braxtons, I don't know about the Braxtons if they come back, but Child Sunset, I'm not probably going to review that again. But yeah, I was just saying, I'm starting those. I'm like, it's too much, too late at night. Not late at night, but heck. Oh my gosh, let's get through with these darn flashbacks, because that's just too much. The flashbacks really focus on James and Cyrus and kind of showed that Cyrus did not come out until James, and James was the one who kind of like pulled it out of him. I think he was a journalist then. He first met Cyrus. He was telling like, ain't you Cyrus, blah, 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 and, he was talking smack about, ain't you did some article that was in some paper nobody give a damn about, your writing skills are really irrelevant, like I said, James got him out, but so does Cyrus. So, they end up, he's basically like, why is a piece of paper on my hand? He's basically like, like I said, I know about your stuff, and James said, no, like, you got that damn beard hair, whatever you need to work on, and then it flash forwards at times, on and off through the whole episode, where you see that when they started together, but Cyrus, first James said they were in the bus or something, and he was asking like, what do you feel about, marriage equality for gays, and because you're a gay person yourself, Cyrus is like, I'm not gay, but James obviously was able to sense that. And then there was another scene where, I think right after Fitz got voted in, and he's basically like, James like, I think now I can have my boyfriend since your divorce is finalized, but there's nobody separated. Good for him at time being, and stuff like that. So he ended up, James like, okay, Cyrus, this is your move. I'm telling you, I like you, even though you're Democrat. Something about you, it gets me going, okay? He didn't say all that, but you know what I mean. So Cyrus kissing him. Then there's another scene where they're supposed to have, he asks his Fizz, because, James again was like, you're not supposed to keep me like a dirty secret. I think they did that in the first season or the second season where this kind of same conversation came up. He asked his boyfriend, he's like, what James said, just like, why you can't tell your other boyfriend, other being sarcastic, because we already know how he is about Fizz, and it's about, being in his corner. And so, he's basically like, when you gonna tell about us? I'm not, we ain't about to do no DL shit, basically, okay? Why can't you be proud of me? I love you, why am I hidden? And so, he asks his Fizz, and Fizz is like, he said, I got somebody. Fizz is just happy because after the divorce, remember, when he was sitting there looking like, to have the keyboard and guitar, 80s and stuff, what was the airtime face, up there singing like, what is that song, She Killed Me with Science or some shit, one of them type of songs, he looked like he could be one of those. I wanted to get into because I could have sworn like I said, he just finally came out. He was married to a wife. I don't know if he has any children from that situation, about like any children from that, failed marriage or not, but we finally, when the previews, we're gonna see finally Millie's and Fizz kids, they finally make an appearance, or or it might be Fizz little brother. Oops. Anyway, so they have their inauguration dinner, and they have a scene of him and James is talking about. James is basically like, you know what? Why can't you be saying I got a tux and everything? You can't even take me the ball. Basically, like, I don't feel like being disrespected. You're not gonna treat me like a hidden secret. I'm not a whore. I'm not a prostitute. You get on the on the corner, something like that. I am a person. I have feelings. Okay, and so finally, Cyrus, it showed a scene right when he makes the speech, because all this building, Cyrus trying to prove he had all, he just supernatural, got some superpower. That means also not having emotions when he does the speech towards the end about finding the suspect, which we'll get into real quick, because like I said, there's too many damn details. And towards the end, it showed like he finally got, he was at the dinner by himself, but James was still outside, where they got the lines and you go past the velvet rope and all this. So he finally got him and took him there to dance. And so a couple people were shocked, but Fizz was just so happy to see, boy, he's like, I'm happy, he's happy type of thing, just like he said on the thing. And they were playing that darn Gladys song. I know they're not playing, it's just me. I know I'm sometimes like in the music like that, hearing like certain stuff like that. But I do notice that, is it just me in the last couple episodes that they only play like, they don't play as many old school songs, or don't play any like music like that like they used to. I swear it used to be a couple times during the episode, and only they didn't play to the end of Gladys. I think they only played it one time last episode. I'm noticing they started to reduce, some of the songs. I could have sworn they did a little bit more. Is it just me? I just know it especially stood out in this episode because they didn't play Gladys. The best thing ever happened to me, and that's when Cyrus broke down. Fizz had to get him up, the little area and make speeches and stuff, and he was talking about the suspect, or framed suspect, really. And Fizz had to go get his boy, and then, yeah. So let's get on with this damn James. It's like I said, it's too much stuff going on. Let's just get, no. Let's get through with whatever the 90s, whatever, that's Harrison chick, whatever, that he's afraid of. But, she hires, Mama Pope for a job, right? And, she's like, she been like, you can get Gucci bag for free. But she's like, okay, we got to get, this job thing. And then she's like, I got him in control. I don't get the tears. I get the cash, whatever. Don't worry about what you do. You about to get your money's worth. So we meet up with these two dudes later on, right? And they just like, where the cash or something like that. And Mama Pope just quickly, yeah. And then she put a gun, oh, no, motherfucker. I'll be glad to meet with this person. And the girl who Harrison is scared of is now scared of Mama Pope, because she goes to meet Harrison later on in some parking lot, and she's like, does your boss know anybody who works with the Justice Department, something like that? And he's like, yeah. And we heard, girl, I guess she must have thought it was Mama Pope about to come kill her ass. So she like, you know what? Never mind. Have a nice day. Let me power walk my ass to the damn car and these damn 6-inch heels. So anyway, yeah, y'all. So it might be some problems with that. And so, we got that out the way, because like I said, it's too much stuff going on. And here's the whole thing. It goes back and forth with the Jake X. So towards the end, I might as well say that because this already happened. He purposely, James, and of course, he died. We heard 3 guns, we heard another gunshot. David, of course, is allowed to live as long as he follow orders, because as Jake says, good people, bad things happen to good people. Okay. And let's get the butt in part at the end, whereas he stayed with James. He made it purposely sloppy because it was set up that James was killed in a carjacking, and they ended up already having a frame subject that somehow, what's new Pussycat or whatever the hell it is. He got a cat named Frank. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like I say, it's too much damn talk. Like I say, too much, y'all. Love the show. I'm going after the season finale. Yeah, leave it to the pros that can review this, because this is too much. Anyway, so he basically was him talking to him towards the end, another like present flashback. And he's basically like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be your daughter, going to be taken care of, you're going to be okay. He was already kind of like, I'm going to be with you. I'm sorry this was sloppy and it's going to be I would have just took you out like the other damage, basically, because remember, it's ladies first, as he did, because he shot the ladies first where he killed James, because James took off and ran. He purposely wanted to keep David alive, but it was like, James talking too much, I guess. He says he has to protect the Republic, and he said, that was in, he just stayed with him. So, Jake, unfortunately, well, even Olivia's dad talk about like having that position as Liv's dad, Papa Pope, Papa, don't take no mess, says to Liv, and later on a speech about, you're playing all this guilt and stuff like that that's weighing on you. You're basically playing God, okay? So that's the position where it is. So when he shoots, they go back to the scene. He basically tells David, like, you know what? I like you, David. Basically, it's like, if you want, unless you want to be like the rest of these people who sat there and they're going to be in the black bag in the morgue. Well, actually, the other two ladies are buried somewhere, probably in some forest now. Because when, once David, next day, David, of course, is keeping quiet, whatever, you can tell he's in shock mode. People, first, when they find the suspect, because Jake had gave him the suspect, he's kind of not, he's like, it's too soon, because one of his co-worker was like, okay, we got the evidence, he's matching the gun, blah, 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 all this other stuff. He just like, nope, it's too soon, because he already feels the guilt besides shocked of knowing that he was good friends with James. Abby, of course, never stops investigating. It's noticing insisting something is wrong, right? So she, throughout all the episode, towards the end, it's like, we're going to not stop the lies. And one time, there was good evidence was that's noticed something was wrong. He came before it was dark and it was still sunlight. She's like, I know something wrong. He told me I'm sick. And she's like, no more lies. No more lies. Told you about that, David. I love you. No more lies. So he finally confessed about the Jake thing. And then, I'll go to that to in about it. Because all three of the remaining gladiators come to her to for this stuff. But like I said, sorry, y'all, I'm just random, but the episodes is random as is. So, speaking of random, so, we ended up, seeing, like I said, Jake basically threatens David, and then Liv puts two and two together that something didn't add up right about the carjacking and the James thing. She knew that probably might have been murder, so she asked Jake to look at it. Jake is burying broads and, using the shovel and burying them like he did some mob job or something like that. A mob job going wrong, or getting rid of some snitches, but technically, in his case, he was getting rid of snitches. So, that's a problem itself. And so, later on with James, he ends up talking to Liv about, Liv goes to visit him when she puts two together. And he's basically like, you know what? I'm commander. So he's basically in the break. No, like, because she's like, wait a minute. She basically put two together like, wait a minute. James framed, because she knows the other two reporters, the ladies, were missing. And that's when she put two together. When she went to go tell James stuff like that. And, from here, damn near neck up and stuff, because that belly starting to show, and she's just like basically like, you know what, something ain't right. Something just ain't right. And he just let her know, like, because she's like, wait a minute, this is not going right. That's when he said the famous line, bad things happen to good people. And she's like, what about go with this thing, investigating stuff like that? Well, bad things happen to good people. Basically letting her know, like, bitch, you're going to be seeing, you're seeing God soon, too. Oh my gosh, should I say, forgive me. I don't know if I said curse word. It's kind of late night. Same sense of the Lord. But what I'm saying is, it's like, basically, he was indirectly giving a threat. If he goes through, is going out with this, you're going to be seeing the tunnel soon, too. So, she ends up talking. Papa Pope makes one guest appearance in this episode, and she's like, for once, be a dad. At first, of course, he's being the natural a-hole that he is, and that's when he says, then you're playing with God. Because she said, flat out, like, being dad to me. He was like, what's the purpose of saving anybody? Everybody's a monster. And then he's like, he let her know, I have killed over 183 people. I'm responsible for the deaths. I know who mattered, didn't matter, with kids, whatever. And he said, that weight is on me. It's the worst villain in the world. So he said, look, from Jake's angle, Jake is not like this a-hole. He's not trying to be like this hard person. Unfortunately, the position where he has put him in this area, like, look at here, okay, I'm playing God. I gotta sit here and pretend like I'm going to work at the museum every day, whatever the heck I'm doing, pretend like everything's okay, and desensitize myself that actually that I'm a human being with emotions, and act like a anti-sociopath or whatever the heck it is, and act like a serial killer, and just don't give a damn. Okay, you have to understand what his angle is that it's deeper than even his control. Okay, so he's basically like, Liv, just shut the hell up. And then held her hand, and he was ready to go, like, can I stop being dad? Because she had to cry for a second. But he was basically telling from the angle, like, what I had to do. He's like, I should all people, because knowing he was the original commander before him for Jake, he was like, I had to do it, I understand Jake's position, all right. So that's how pretty much that ended. And in between this time, Huck actually finds because they find the safe, and he does have to prove that was Quinn, and then he sits there and shows the video to or shows the screenshots or whatever, screen captures of Quinn up here with that fuck rich bull last week, okay? And I know some of us was praying like, die bitch, Quinn died, but we got a little extra surprise this week, okay? Because she's like, she knows that Quinn is deeper in this more than what it was. That, yeah, oh, I forgot, y'all. That's how she kind of went to Jake about it. Because when she seen that Quinn, Huck seen the tapes of Quinn, and that's the reason why lost information about them knowing about all this stuff with the salad and everything. That's when she went to Jake, and Jake basically told her, like, bad things happen to good people type of speech. And I think that's who, and now he either said it to her or to David. He's basically, besides, he paid a visit to David, like, you know what, because David was scared as hell. He went to go visit his office and was like, okay, either you're going to take that dude, whatever, I'm just checking up. You better hurry up and take that dude before I take yours. And so that's where there's a conversation, and that's how she found out that he had something to do with it. Okay. So like I said, after that occurred, that, like I said, she realized, like, Jake is not the enemy. Jake is deeper than Jake. Jake is kind of like, kind of in a way, even though he might be commander, there's still puppet strings in his back. And she started to talk to David, and Dave, she was like, you're going to have to do that arrest, because it's like, lose one war so we can win the battle or whatever she was talking about to David. She's met him somewhere and found him. Because, like I said, Abby, when she got the information that David confessed everything, like, JK, 3 people, Sally killed her husband, blah, 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 I don't know what to do. He didn't cry, but, So, she basically was talking to him, like, David, like, you know what? We're going to have to do this, whatever, and we'll take down B-16, but, we got to live another day. We have to see it and be alive in order to do that, okay? Because, like, this is beyond Jake even as well, despite the circumstances. Okay, so like I said, Cyrus, he, throughout the episode, before he broke down towards the end, of course, he kept working, so he wasn't worried about it and stuff like that, right? Yeah, so here's the other thing that was interesting. Huck, when he finds out, of course, that Quinn has something to do with it. Quinn already seen or sensed that Huck was in her place, whatever, right? Which I think she more so been staying with Charlie. And he said somehow he ends up slamming her across the wall. She first tried to get a gun, he slams on the wall, and he's saying all this crazy stuff as usual. We all know that we love to hate at the same time, sometimes a hook. And he said somehow there's still some part of you that wish to be gladiator or something. It was something gladiator. And then I'm thinking, like, I don't know about y'all, but can you imagine the two actors, actor and actress, or some ladies call themselves actors as well. Can you imagine the lady that plays Quinn and the man that plays Huck, when they got the script that says, okay, you know what? In this scene here, turn. Quinn spits on Huck's face. I'm just wondering, what were they thinking in their heads? Like, excuse, wait a minute, come on here. They telling me I gotta spit on your face. I'm just wondering how that, that speech occurred. Like, seriously? Wait a minute. Let me take him out to dinner first and stuff, and we'll talk, because I don't know. I understand we acting this shit, but really, I'm supposed to spit on his face? Really? Is that how you're playing me, Shonda? Really? This week? Oh, okay. How much extra paid and stuff like that? Because like I said, I'm gonna have to buy him an extra birthday gift or something. I gotta make him up to him. His favorite a new coat that I'm just saying. I'm just warning how that occurred. Spit, and then on top of that, he's so excited because we all know Huck, even after that crazy bitch last assassin killed his other family, that turned him on somewhat, because we all know how he is. He likes crazy, and obviously he has a taste, but ever since he got crazy, he has crazy bras. It'd be interesting, though, if they ever bring back his wife and his son. I don't know if they ever will. He never will see him again. Or, maybe when they have, like, a serious finale, they might. Or if Scandal turns to, like, peace or something, okay? As Dad said, as Olivia's dad said, everybody's worth saving. Bring them all to light. White light be the monster. Save everybody, goddammit. So he, all of a sudden, when she spit on him, he just like, ooh, and it started tongue kissing her well and stuff like that. And then it turns like he obviously, in a way, had some sexual tension to her Quinn. And then when she like, if you're not gonna kill me, you go. And then she just, All this like she's about to, like lick her hand or something. I don't know because on his face. I don't, when he leaves. So now we realize the possibly could be some sexual tension. And then you kind of wonder, oh God, they're going to have Huck and Quinn start fucking later on in the episode? Speaking of fucking, let's go into, the Millie and Andrew situation. I ain't gonna lie, Millie may be an asshole and stuff like that, but let's get into it. So besides Cyrus, the Sally thing, now here's how to come up with the Andrew and Millie thing, okay? Now Sally, with her deceitful young pig, Miss Church lady ass, which I'll be glad they take her off. I mean, that actress, they be having some good actresses on the show because, they play the hell out those characters. Because, that woman is a bitch on here. She's probably sweet as pie in real life, but on this show, she is a bitch, okay? So, she claiming like she gonna mourn, and because, Fizz is stopping this campaign for the sake of, his press secretary, James has passed and was killed. And then, Fat Sally's all lying like, yeah, I'm going to stop it. But then, because they're going for the gun amendment thing. And she's able to go with these people, I think, get what is it, Ohio, and I think somewhere else. So she can get, of course, more opponents because now it really begins her and Fizz. So, of course, when the team finds out, I think the Fizz is still not going to be on campaign, but Millie and Andrew to talk to these people at this gun range thing and shooting range and stuff like that. And Millie's like, because they first going to ride with Sally with this gun thing. And it was like, you know what, we can kind of work something out. We can make a change of mind. If you go ahead, he can make a speech about, agreeing, for the Second Amendment or something like with guns, right? And they called, Fizz, and Andrew's just like, you want to talk about, he like, that's okay, I ain't thinking about that bitch, I want my live, and I got all this stuff going on. That's probably what's in his head. And so he makes a speech, of course, about that he's going to be for the gun amendment, or the right for like background checks and stuff, for the gun rights, to pull them votes in, get them likes. And so Andrew and Millie were talking and stuff, she all drunk, like, why the heck do we need to wait 3 days to make a background check on something? What next they gonna do on vodka, tequila, beer, particularly Budweiser? I mean, she just was really, on something. We already know they kissed, in the room of the first ladies and stuff. And then, Andrew again ran his game. And he was like, Vince could really appreciate you, the woman you are. So they started kissing again. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, at first. I'm like, she gonna stop with it. But then I was cheering on like, Millie, fuck him. Please fuck him. Please. But say, fuck him. Please. Fuck him. Okay? So, I don't know how many times I said the F-bomb in this particular video. I'm sorry, y'all. But I'm just saying. They closed our carpet, laid down, and she didn't say. I was thinking, like, please don't say, wait, stop, no. I hope you say keep going. I mean, I know this is a show, but I'm just saying, like, please, Andrew. Okay? I never want to say that. But, hey, that'll be pretty interesting, okay? Yeah, and I think I pretty much... Like I said, towards the end, like I said, Millie went to straight. She didn't get to Quinn yet or whatever, but I guess that's still attached to the David thing. But like I said, Abby come her issue about the David thing. Huck coming about the Quinn thing. But he did say this, though, after he kissed her during, like, kissed and sucked her lips in and shit. He was like, Quinn is deeper in there than what we thought. And then, here we got Harrison, like, that girl back in the country I told you about and stuff like that. And whatever, and that's pretty much it. Sorry I was all over the place, y'all, but I hope I covered pretty much everything and stuff like that. Like I said, it's too many notes. I hope you have a good day, good night, good weekend. I definitely see y'all in the next video. Hey, yeah, I think I'm going to do Mary in the next video and get this out the way. Alright, take care, y'all.